Okay.
18.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Town of Wareham Board of Selectmen meeting. We convened at 6:45 in open session and went into executive session for reason number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining. We came out of executive session at 7 o'clock, and it is now 7:02. We've already done our roll call, etc. May I have Matt?
Okay,
Matt,
Wareham Week.
would you say the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Will you say it?
Yes,
You lead us.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Say it,
Thank you.
nobody's listening to her.
Announcements, Mr. Slavin, please.
Hold on just a second. Okay, let's see. Red Sox,
Haven't voted, the polls are still open until 8 o'clock.
are you all done?
I was waiting for you.
I was waiting for you. Quick announcement, the Red Sox did not lose today.
They didn't play, right?
That's right. We have, the state's is sponsoring a tourism event, Celebrate Massachusetts. Join us to celebrate the variety and diversity of our state tourism programs and those who work in the industry serving our residents and guests. This will be April 6th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Great Hall in the State House. It's organized by the Joint Committee on Tourism, Massachusetts Regional Tourism Councils, Massachusetts Visitors Industrial Council, and MOT. Buzzards Bay and our Canal Chamber is running a business expo at Town Suites Place on Thursday, April 20th, from 12:30 to 5:30. I got a phone call this afternoon, which was kind of disappointing. Serpent called me, and it looks as if the Mattapoisett bike path has increased cost by $7 million, which could affect Dartmouth and Wareham's project for 2022. So basically, I'm going to have to go next week at the JTPG meeting and argue and fight about that. Hopefully get Dartmouth to help me out and see if we can get maybe New Bedford to cut a couple projects out. So as of right now, our 2022 bike path funding is in a little bit of jeopardy. Thank you.
Mr. Scasiotti?
All set, thank you.
Thank you.
Announcements.
Just a couple. Paint night fundraiser for onset fireworks, $40 per person, includes all materials and enough for each person to paint 2 glasses. Great food included, raffles and a cash bar. To sign up, contact onsetvillage@yahoo.com or sign up on the website www.onsetbay.org. This will be April 13th, 2017, from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. at the Mezzaluna in Buzzards Bay. Next up, Eversource is going to be working on the distribution line over the Wewianic, and they will need to come into Briarwood. This is going to be April 10th through the April 28th. They're asking for cars not to park on Briarwood, Washington, Madison, and Roosevelt Streets from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. I'm assuming there'll also be some signage out there. But again, April 10th through the 28th, they're going to be working on the line over the Wewianic, so please don't park during the day on Briarwood, Washington, Madison, and Roosevelt Streets. And that's it.
You remember, that's where we had the boats actually ran into there and had a
Right.
full catamaran fire, so
Yep.
glad they're doing it.
Yep. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
2 things. I'm presuming that Mr. Barrows is fine and just staying home because of the weather. Tomorrow, the Depot Street end of Great Neck Road is going to be shut down because they're finally going to repave where the water leak was, where they lost over 1 million gallons of water a week or so ago. So stay away from Great Neck Road at the Depot Street end. And that's it. Citizens' comments. Seeing none. Appointments. Registrar appointment Dorothy Taylor.
Yep. We have one. I move the Board of Selectmen appoint Dorothy Taylor, 9 East Edgewater Drive, Wareham, Mass. 02571, as a registrar to a term to expire no later than March 31st, 2020.
Second.
Motion made by Titlebaum, seconded by Tropiano. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining. She's been a wonderful person for years and years and years in the registrar's position. Next, request from Good Shepherd for road.
1 second here. Just coming out of order. Somebody's been messing
Sorry.
around. Why don't I have... Yeah, all right. Okay, we've got an application from the Church of the Good Shepherd for the use of town roads for the Walk for Hunger. I move that the Board of Selectmen approve the application of the Church of Good Shepherd, care of Reverend Dan Bernier, 74 High Street, Wareham, for the use of town roads for the annual Greater Wareham Walk for Hunger. Walk starts at the Church of the Good Shepherd, down Sandwich Road to the Church of the Nazarene along Route 28 before turning onto Depot, and then to Main, and then back to the church.
Second.
Motion made by Titlebaum, seconded by Tropiano. All those in favor of granting the request from the Church of the Good Shepherd for their annual Greater Wareham Annual Walk for Hunger. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, unanimous. We have a request from the Professional Bartending Service for a one-day liquor license. As we have discussed previously, we have told them that unless one of you has an issue before the meeting, that they don't need to come.
Right. Okay, move that the Board of Selectmen approve the application from Professional Bartending Service for the sale of all alcohol. Let's see, for a fundraiser, Sunday, April 23rd, 2017, hours of sale 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. at the Roland Thatcher Hall, 11 Gibbs Ave, Wareham.
Second.
Motion made by Titlebaum, seconded by Tropiano. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, it's unanimous.
And that takes care of the permits.
Okay.
Back to you.
Yep.
You want to do that? Move to authorize the chair to sign a letter of support for the Latham Center.
Second.
I went out, and I believe there'll be no impact on the neighborhood.
Motion made by Tropiano, seconded by Titlebaum, to authorize the chair to send a letter of support for the Latham Center. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, unanimous. Vote to authorize the chairman to send a letter to Mass DOT to thank them for the small bridge and loan grant to the town, which was a big number. Mr. Sullivan and Ms. Gifford went and picked up the pretend check. Am I
So
correct?
moved.
Second.
Motion made by Tropiano, seconded by Titlebaum. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, unanimous. Request to place signs on town property. We don't have
Don't
any.
have any.
No discussion and votes on the annual town meeting.
Hold on one second.
And we have a whole bunch of executive session minutes. Do you want
One
it?
second here.
They're not in there.
Whole bunches.
We don't have them in the packet.
That's correct.
Can you just read the dates?
Do you want, yeah. let
No,
me-
let's,
Just read the list of dates, right? We can do that.
Yes,
vote to authorize me to sign them is what it is.
yes.
It's the clerk.
Vote to release executive session meeting minutes previously accepted but not released. As redacted.
As presented on the agenda. So we don't have to list them all.
Yeah, okay.
Motion made by Titlebaum, seconded by
Tropiano.
Slavin. I heard him first.
Slavin.
All those
I
in
heard
favor
you.
say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, and it's unanimous. Yes, sir.
the record, I went through the minutes, Derek double-checked my work, and what we did was we just redacted things that were not yet releasable. So this is the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a authorization to pay Mr. Bowen.
No way.
Yep, so moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to authorize the payment of Mr. Bowen's bill. All those in favor say aye. All those abstaining. The town administrator's report.
I got nothing for you tonight.
Oh,
No, no,
That's it?
nothing
That's it.
for you tonight.
typically on the nights of election night, we don't have much.
Yeah,
really.
that's-
I just would like to congratulate you and the team of people who worked to get that small bridge, small bridge and loan grant for the town. I think it's extremely important to move forward, and want to say thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Any other business?
Done. Motion to
Yes.
adjourn. Oh.
You were not fast enough.
Are you okay? Sandy doesn't look, are you okay?
No, she's not.
You sure? Okay. She just didn't look too good there for a minute.
He's just laughing.
I don't think so. Understood.
So moved.
What's the matter there?
She's happy?
Okay,
Oh, okay.
never mind. We got an email, I think I got it, and I believe Mrs. Whiteside got an email from a resident about issue on Route 6 and Swift Beach Road. This is something that we actually, I think the board may have forgotten about. We looked at probably 2.5 years ago. At that time, I requested Mass DOT to consider a crosswalk and a flashing light there. There'd be like a button you'd push and it would actually stop traffic, and also the possibility of a light. The light was not possible because Route 6 at that point had been reclassified as a secondary road and didn't meet the specifications and requirements. The traffic walking across that road at that point also didn't meet the minimum standards, and therefore we were basically, very politely turned down as not meeting the requirements. I saw the email come back from our state rep saying that the Board of Selectmen could do this or whatever. I would say if you want to put it on the agenda for the 11th, the JTPG part of SERPED meets on the 12th. If you want to bring something forward, it's up to this board. I can bring it at the 12th, but that's strictly up to what you want to do. As of right now, we've gone through this once and we
Well,
were
I
turned
think
down.
we should be responsive and, yeah.
To me, I don't, the road commissioners are the ones responsible for this, not us. If they want to vote to do something and they want a letter of support for us, I would suggest that we go that route. I don't think we should jump into it on our own. I mean, the town voted to set up a road commission to deal with these issues. I don't want
I have no problem
to
because...
jump into their purview.
Because one of the mentions was lowering the speed limit, and we don't have that, that's out of our hands now, that is the road commissioners.
Wouldn't have any problem supporting them, though, if they decided.
No,
to
no,
do
no,
that.
but I think it needs to come through them, just,
Well, I just want them to know,
Yeah.
they should ask us to
All right,
assist
all
them.
set.
Yeah, I
Any
think
other things?
they're saying that the town could put in a light, but I don't see how we could do that,
How can we do that? It's a state highway.
you know?
Do you know how many years we've had this discussion?
Huh?
35.
They're not gonna let us put a
Place.
light on state highway?
35 years.
Speaking of 35, what I'd like to do is get the speed limit reduced to 35 there.
It's up to the road commissioners, which then have to work with the state to get that done.
Right. But
Can't do it
to
on
the
our own.
extent that they want some backstopping, we can provide that.
I asked for that also before.
I know.
Now, that road's a touchy road because it's the old highway.
Yep.
So it gets, a whole bunch of people in it dander,
Is there any other business to come before us this evening?
That's it.
Move to adjourn.
Thank
Second.
you. All those in favor of adjourning? Good night, Wareham. Thank
Good
you.
night. Hi, and good night, Dave.